remember sitting in an art class in high school and just wishing that I could create. I always felt this calling to create things, but I just couldn't find what I was good at. I was trying to paint and I was just really bad at it. I tried music, I was really bad at that. A couple times it was when I was doing stamped concrete, one of my construction jobs, and I would just feel this sense of accomplishment, of purpose when I had created something with my hands out of something I thought of in my mind. I think a lot of us feel this call towards creation. It wasn't until like the past year or so that I actually understood why that is, and it's made me so much happier, so much more fulfilled, and also made me more money, which is kind of cool. See, we are actually made to be creators, and when I discovered that, it unlocked a lot of things for me, because I feel like I've always consumed to try to fill this need. I've consumed art, I've consumed YouTube videos, I've consumed podcasts, short form content like Instagram. I've consumed, and it never really got to the bottom of scratching that itch. There's never like enough consumption that you feel satisfied. But when you can find things to create, then you actually feel satisfied in your work. And I finally discovered why that is. You see, in the beginning, God created. That is the first thing that we ever learn about God in the Bible, right? We learn that He created. He is a creator. Before we ever hear that He is love, He is whatever, anything else, God is a creator. And then what else do we learn in Genesis 1:27? We learn that we are created in God's image. So a creator created us like Him. We are created to be creators. That's why when we consume, we feel empty. When we are on Netflix for 3 hours, afterwards, we don't feel great about ourselves. But when we create, we feel alive. Like I talked about, I always felt this calling to create things in general. And I never found anything that I was good at, but I kept trying to create. I tried music, I tried guitar, I tried drawing and painting, which was really, really bad. And then eventually, 7 years ago, I had this idea that, looking back, it was definitely of God. I was just on a road trip with my wife, and I randomly got this idea of like, hey, what if I started a YouTube channel? I was really passionate about personal finance. I didn't really have anybody left who would listen to me about my nerdy finance subjects. I looked over at my wife. I'm like, hey, like, I think it's okay if I like try starting a YouTube channel? I've always felt this calling that I had something inside of me that I wanted to share. I wasn't quite sure like what that calling was, what I wanted to share, but I had a general idea of things I was passionate about. And she was like, yeah, go ahead. I was like, oh, really? Like, it would take work and I'd have to probably like buy a camera because phones weren't that good back then. and she's like, yeah, go ahead, do it. And looking back now, like when people ask me why I started YouTube, I don't really remember. I remember that conversation, but I don't know what led me to do that. And looking back, I think it can only be because of this calling to create that God puts in a lot of our hearts. And now if we fast forward 7 years, I started with never had picked up a camera before, I'd never edited anything before. And I fell in love with this process of creating, not only in the things that I talk about, the sharing of my journey, of my struggles. It's made me a lot of a better person because I have to like think through things. Like when you teach other people, when you talk, when you put stuff out in the world, it forces you to have like good ideas or you'll get a lot of backlash, and it forces you to think things through, right? But I fell in love with not only the growth aspect of becoming a creator, especially like an educational creator, but I also fell in love with the video making aspect. It's this idea that I had an idea for the intro of this video. It was just a thought in my head, right? And then I took a camera, I took a piece of metal, I took a tool, and I created the thing that was in my head. A couple hours later, I have something that I think is kind of beautiful. Even if it's very simple, it is beautiful to me. And I am able to do this on a weekly basis. I'm able to drive down the street, have an idea that comes to me in the shower, random inspiration, which, where does that really come from? I don't know. But I have these ideas and I'm able to create them, and that thing that I create and put out into the world has the ability to help people. And this is why I feel like if you feel this calling to create, you should start a YouTube channel. I know that's like what I talk about. And I know not everybody wants to start a YouTube channel, but hear me out on this. Long form YouTube videos have real impact in people's lives. Long form YouTube videos have real impact in your life. First of all, you don't need anything to get started. Cameras are so good now that you could shoot on your iPhone. I've shot like half my intros, a bunch of videos, intros, B-roll, travel stuff. I just take my phone with me now. That's what I use to film. There's no barrier to entry. Second of all, you are forced to look at your own life and pull inspiration from it, especially if you're not just doing like Mr. Beast, wild fake stories and spectacles. If you're actually trying to educate people, trying to share your story, you're forced to learn about yourself and grow as a person and share how you're growing. Next up, there is no cap in this. If you want to become a creator, you can become a creator and you can get paid a full-time income within, I've had it happen from a couple months in to a couple of years in through YouTube, especially long form content. It's actually relatively easy to monetize YouTube. I've had the first video on a brand new channel make over $3,000 simply because I had monetization systems and I learned the skills of YouTube over the past 7 years. But this isn't just something I can do. Anybody can start making money from day one on YouTube. And you can turn this thing that not only fulfills you, not only helps other people, not only has infinite scale where you can take your message, whatever you want to share, you can share it with hundreds of thousands or millions of people, and you can get paid to do it. And there is no upside to the amount that you can get paid. The top streamers and YouTubers make more than the top athletes. There are multiple billionaires that started as YouTubers. But if we take that down to a more reasonable level, I know half a dozen people who within the past couple of years have gone from zero to making $10,000 a month plus on YouTube as just completely normal people sharing things that they're interested in, whether that's telling stories, sharing products, educating people, teaching people, whatever it is, you can make 6 figures within a couple of years on YouTube. But I don't think that's why you should do it. If you do YouTube for the money, I don't think it's really gonna work. But if you fall in love with the thing that we are created to do, which is creation, and not everybody's calling is gonna be to be a YouTuber, but if that is your thing, there is nothing more fulfilling. Like, I love Mondays now because I get to build things that help, that make me money, that are fulfilling, that are fun to make. I don't think there's really a better job if you're a person like me who likes to do things differently every day, who likes to, be their own boss, who likes to have location and time freedom, who doesn't want to work at a cubicle or anything like that. Like, if this is kind of like your jam, like if those things sound good to you, then I think this is definitely like worth a shot. And even if it fails, you will have learned a lot of things. And I think you will find that it is an amazing creative outlet, and you can get away from just consuming what other people are making. And you can create things that can make a positive impact in the world. If you're interested in making YouTube videos, I have a free mini course down below of exactly how to get started going from idea niche to posting your first video inside of a week. It gives you daily emails of exactly what to do. It's actually really valuable and should break down a lot of things that if you're unsure of how to get started, it'll really help. Or if you're looking to actually start making money, you can join the waitlist for my next cohort where I teach exactly how I have done it and have helped hundreds of other people create profitable small YouTube channels. We're about to open that up. So either way, I hope this helped you and inspired you to stop consuming and start creating more and see how your life changes.